So I'm here with Gio. His channel is Gio in the Philippines, and met up with him today. So I'm going to interview Gio and talk about Cebu and what's his experience and why he left Cebu. And he's a single guy now, so how about the dating scene here compared to Dumaguete? He's also lived in Davao, CDO, and other places, so I'll talk to him about that too. So, hey Gio, how's it going?
Good. Thanks, Paul, for inviting me out here.
Oh, no problem. So, how's the life, the single life?
Well, it hasn't been that long yet. It's just like 2 months now. But yeah, I'm enjoying the freedom of being able to travel all over Cebu, and of course, Negros, half the island was shut down, so you could only travel throughout half the island. So it's kind of cool that we got the whole island at our disposal here. So
how long have you been in Cebu now?
I think going on 3 weeks now, maybe about 3 weeks, and started off south because that's where the ferry dropped me off in Santander, southernmost point. Stayed in Oslo for I think 2 or 3 nights, and then went around the southern tip and stopped off in withdrawal, and then decided to head into Cebu City. I stayed here for about a night or two, and then and then I decided I've got way too much stuff to carry with me. I had the saddlebags, I got the backpack, the stuff in my box on the back of the motorbike, and so I decided to find a place for a month that I could offload my stuff and then start to travel again.
So how many have been here, a week or 2 weeks in Cebu then? Total, or a month maybe? How long have you been here in Cebu City?
Oh, in Cebu City?
In and around
area.
Cebu City.
I'm like right outside of Cebu City. I stay in the city a couple days, and then I went to Danao. But I've been here about a week, I suppose.
A week?
About a week.
So what's your experience so far? Food, dating, restaurants, shops, what's your experience?
I guess we'll start with the first one, food. The food is amazing here. There's just so many restaurants around, and I like there's a lot of great areas. You can go to IT Park, you can go to Cebu Business Park, Ayala, you can go to Times Square in Mandawi, and there's just loads of restaurants in all of those locations. So the food is a lot better than Dumaguete.
Yeah, that's my experience too. Actually, I went and had lunch at this Korean place. I paid about $4 for a really nice lunch. So food is actually not that expensive here either. I thought it'd be higher up.
Yeah, absolutely. And even like massage, you can go get massage for like, what was it, 200 pesos for an hour?
200 pesos for an hour? $4 for an hour?
$4 for an hour.
What type of massage is that?
Just a regular Swedish massage, and $4. Now I don't know if prices have changed, maybe because of the pandemic they're trying to draw more people in.
Yeah,
but
maybe. Yeah, I did a massage myself, a 2-hour massage. It was $7.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's a combination of Swedish and Thai massage. So yeah, it's cheap. I mean, I would say the thing that brings the price up, and I don't know if you agree with this or not, but it's actually the condo. That's the only thing that, to me, I've noticed has a higher price. And the supermarket food seems a bit higher than Dumaguete. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, I agree. It's, I haven't done a lot of grocery shopping yet because I've been eating out a lot, but now that I got a place for a month, I have started, I did my first grocery shopping, and I started to notice differences in the price. It seemed a little bit higher in the city.
So what would you say, if you compare same type of living in Dumaguete versus Cebu City, same type of apartment, same type of condo, how much more would it cost you here, you reckon?
I don't think it's that much more. I think maybe around 5,000 to 10,000 more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. About $200 more for the exact same lifestyle.
Yeah, but it's the same lifestyle, but I think you get more because there's more to do. There's more amenities. There's more things around to do.
That's true.
And
then you end up spending more money because there's so much better restaurants, right?
Right, that's true. Yeah.
That's part of the good life, yeah.
Yep.
So, of course, most of my viewers are in the U.S. and they're guys, and they're very interested in dating.
Mm-hmm.
How is the dating life in Cebu? And I know you've lived in Davao, CDO, Dumaguete, probably some other places I don't remember, and Cebu City. I've heard from several that Davao is the best place to go dating. Several Norwegian guys I know, several Americans that have been there. Davao is absolutely the best. I haven't been to Davao myself, but I hear the girls are the prettiest and the best dating. How would you rate Cebu compared to Davao? Would you say Davao is the best too, or?
I still think Davao is the best. I think the quality of women, like they seem to be more professional. You seem to run across less scammers, in Davao. They seem to all be like working and studying or something like that. In Cebu City, online at least, you'll run into maybe a little bit more scamming or girls asking for money. However, I still think there's fantastic girls in Cebu. The dating's good. A lot of girls come in from Leyte, Samar, Negros to go work in Cebu City. So you have a good mix. It's not just city girls. They're province girls coming in to work.
Yeah, and Cebu City is opening up now. I'm guessing there's more and more people. The call centers are starting to open up. So I'm guessing more and more people are coming into the city. That's one thing I have noticed. Its traffic is a lot better than it used to be in Cebu City.
Yeah, I think this is actually a fantastic time to take advantage of the pandemic. If there's one good thing about the pandemic, that would be that traveling domestically, if you're within the Philippines already, traveling domestically is great. Prices are lower on a lot of things, and
I've seen a lot of condos that are reduced by 25-50%.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So you were in Moalball, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I was in Moalball for I think 4 nights.
How was it there? Was it completely dead, or were there people there? Was there possibilities for dating? How was the situation there?
Yeah, I guess wherever you go in the Philippines, there's always possibility of dating, but it's it kind of reminds me a little bit of it's got like that Dumaguete vibe. There's a lot of foreigners that go there. There's a younger expat crowd in Moalball that I've noticed. A lot of digital nomads. Like I met a lot of younger guys who are 30s, 40s. So hung out with some people there, and the dating is probably good too. But I like it. It's kind of I guess back to your question, is it dead? It's dead during the week. On the weekends, though, it's starting to pick up. Not like it used to be, but it's starting to pick up. Filipinos from Cebu City and surrounding areas are coming into Moalball on their days off to enjoy.
So when I've been in Moalball before, it's just full of foreigners and very little Filipinos. But now it's mostly Filipinos then, and less foreigners. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah. And the rates, the rates for the hotels are down by 50% or something, right?
I think so, yeah. I know. I talked to a lot of expat guys, and they were renting out decent places for around 10,000 pesos a month, which is 200 US.
Yeah, and that's for a 2-bedroom house, right?
Not a 2-bedroom house, just like a 1-bedroom house, but
it's still $200. That's cheap.
Yeah, it's nothing.
So how about the restaurants in Moalball? Are they open, or only some that are open, or how 50% open? What would you say?
They are running at about a 50 to 75% capacity, I suppose, being open. I saw a lot of closures, but I saw a lot of restaurants open because now they're starting to get the domestic tourism.
Okay.
So they're starting to open.
Did you do any diving there? Any free diving, scuba diving?
I didn't do any diving. I did snorkeling like every day. I swam out and I did snorkeling. It was fantastic. I will go back. Maybe you and I will head down there and do some snorkeling and diving. So I will do a dive at some point.
Yeah. So is there anything else you would like to say about Cebu City, especially since my viewers know this? I've kind of made a decision to stay in Cebu City, at least for the foreseeable future. Is there anything else because you're a single guy, so obviously you see it differently than I do. Is there anything else you would like to say about the dating here? Is it easy to meet people in the mall, or do you do online dating, or is it how do you meet people here? In Dumaguete, I found it very easy to meet people.
Yeah.
By people, I mean girls at restaurants or malls. It was very easy to start talking to people here. Is it the same here, or is it more?
Yeah.
Typically in towns, people are more reserved, for lack of another word. What's your experience here?
No, in fact, I think it's probably easier here because there are a lot of call centers, and call centers are typically staffed 95% girls. And we were actually talking to somebody just yesterday, you and I, if you remember, and the call centers are starting to open where they have people coming back into the call centers to work. Initially, they were working at home, but now they're going back into the call centers to work.
Okay.
And so things are going to kind of open up. And so I think it's pretty easy to meet girls. You could do it online, but if you're here, it's easy enough to just approach somebody at the mall or restaurant or by a call center.
Okay. And last question. We didn't talk about this, but what do you see as, I know this is just a guess, but do you see any time frame when the Philippines might open up for international tourism? I know you're pretty up to date with the news and everything. You do kind of a newsly cast once or twice a week. So what do you see coming up in the next, let's say, 6 months? Do you see any hope that the Philippines will open within 6 months, or do you think we're talking 2022? What's your, I mean, at this point I know it's a guess, but what do you think?
Based on a couple of news articles that have come out from the Department of Tourism, they both had mentioned that that they would like to open up with the vaccines rolling out now. They would like to open up second or third quarter of this year still. Again, we don't know if it will be, you'll have to be vaccinated. Will it only allow certain countries to come in? We don't know what the details are yet, but they state that they want to open up second or third quarter. So
the thing is, things are constantly changing here. Like, for example, Negros. 2 days ago, they said no PCR test required to get into Negros. Yesterday, that changed. So within 40 hours, they changed the rules. It's things are constantly changing here. So in the dating, what's going on with the condos? I read something about no visitors allowed or something like that. What is all that about, Gio?
Yeah, when you get into Cebu City, I've discovered that the condos, and I don't have a condo. I'm staying in a small apartment outside the city, but I was originally going to get an Airbnb, and I just asked. I said, "Are you allowed to have visitors?" And they said, "You need to give them notice about the visitor. They need to have their full name. They need a barangay clearance and a health certificate." And I was thinking to myself, what if I just met a girl and I said, "Hey, you want to come over? Let's have dinner and watch Netflix." You couldn't really do that. You would have to really prepare, like, ahead of time. You know what I mean? You would have to. You'd have to have 72 hours or so to get her name turned over to management. You'd have to get a barangay clearance, health certificate, and then what if she decided not to show up? You go through all that. She doesn't show up for the date. And then some condos are saying no visitors whatsoever. In another condo, I wanted to stop and look at the place, and just to go look at it, they wanted me to have a health certificate and a COVID test, and I was like, I just want to look at it and see if I'd be interested in renting it. But so I decided I wasn't going to go with an Airbnb in a condo at this point in time, which is crazy because you got the Philippines allowing island-to-island travel now without any paperwork and no COVID test, but now the condo, you can't even get into the condo. So
that might change.
It might change.
Things are constantly changing.
For sure.
But I have seen, because I like to keep up with real estate. I don't know why I enjoy real estate. I should be a realtor maybe, but I saw that condos are actually, the rent is down by almost 50%, many places.
Yes.
So you can get a pretty good deal now. You can get a pretty sweet deal. I mean, if you're planning to stay here for a long time, if you can sign a contract for a year at 50% discount, that's a great deal.
Yeah, it is.
So, okay. Thank you for the interview, Gio.
Yep, thanks.